Well, it might be useful to bring in John Bryant. I can see you there, John. You're in the shadows slightly, by the look. I can just about make out your face there, though. So, John, you're obviously a current referee, recruitment and retention officer at the Football Association of Wales, and we've worked closely with you in the past. So, as a current referee who is out there week in, week out, and decent level, as me being nice to you, John, but at a good level. How have you found it recently, and do you think there's been a shift in the amount of referee abuse, and is there any particular triggers or reasons that you put it down to?
Yeah, I think just looking at the poll, I think it's pretty evident that a lot of people attribute COVID to be the sort of key indicator into the increase of abuse, and of course we're seeing it quite a lot of the FAW in terms of abuse being highlighted to us. So it is a massive worry. And what Trevor is saying isn't wrong as well. I think because that part of the game has been lost a little bit, it may have had a direct impact on abuse. I think my views on it are slightly different, to the point of, yes, you can sort of lay down all this communication. You have a good relationship with the clubs and the players and the spectators. But I think it all boils down to the social acceptance of abuse, in terms of, if everyone knows this referee's been refereeing them for 20, 30 years. If they make a penalty decision that they disagree with, they don't consider the person behind the whistle. They're doing an immediate emotional reaction to that decision. And because it's so socially accepted by the people on the side of the pitch, the players on the pitch, and we're talking sort of levels of people as well. It's not just spectators that are abusing. It's not just the players that are abusing. It's the coaches, it's the chairman, it's the directors of these clubs, the people that hold real roles within football, are also joining in the abuse. So if everyone's doing it, then it's not seen as wrong from the outside. Now, we all agree it's totally wrong and it's totally unacceptable, but there's a far greater population that seem to think it is acceptable. So it's almost about challenging people's reactions, their immediate reactions to abuse, which is always going to be the most difficult thing. Going slightly off topic, I feel that COVID has also sort of built up a bit of emotion in people. I think it's already been touched upon already. Whereas people have been in the house maybe for 12 months, maybe for 2 seasons in grassroots football, particularly here in Wales, where they've come to realise that sort of watching football on the TV is drawing that passion. They've got no release in life. They can't go out and play football, and that's their release. They feel that as soon as they get to a football pitch, all of this 18 months worth of building up negativity in their lives, it's just coming out. So I feel that maybe abuse would happen maybe in a later stage of a game. It's actually starting from even before the game has started now, which is a big worry. I hope that over the next sort of few months or maybe a couple of seasons, that will then die down to obviously less than what we were before COVID, but hopefully it will sort of peter out on the front end. But yeah, they're my thoughts on it at this moment in time. There's a whole lot of other factors that I know we're going to touch on slightly later, but there's no sort of like Trevor said, there's no one thing that will fix all. Unfortunately, there's loads of ideas and ways that we could try and get abuse levels down, but there's no one thing in particular that I feel that can be done straight away that will fix the issue across all levels of football. I'm not talking at the highest level. I'm talking in particular grassroots football, where referees are on their own. They don't have anyone that they could rely on. They don't have a familiar face that they can sort of look to the side of the pitch and give a smile at, which is the most important thing for me. We have a couple of associations in Wales, and I'm trying to get this across all of the associations in Wales, that referees have mentors, in particular grassroots referees that are new into refereeing. They have a mentor that's on the side of the pitch that can give them a thumbs up if the players are all reacting negatively, even though the decision's correct. That can keep them going, keep them positive for the game, because I feel that that's what's hindering retention, is when abuse levels are up and there's a referee on the pitch on his own or on her own, looking to the side of the pitch, and there's no one there that they sort of can fall back on, then that's where we lose them. And that's where I feel that all the sort of abuse gets on top of people and can lead to their sort of exit from the game.